I'm not entirely sure I've ever thought of my songs as political, but maybe personal politics. I don't know. I suppose whatever you think and as a result write about and express makes up who you are, which informs and your outlook on life and your politics.
Step into the sunshine, baby, alright. Step into the sunshine, baby, alright. Nothing left for us to do. Lay down your hair, kick off your shoes. Step into the sunshine, baby, alright.
The purpose I have in mind when I write a tune, I suppose I wouldn't set out with this a manifesto or anything like that. I suppose maybe it depends on how I ended up coming to the idea of the song. It might be something I see on the street, on TV, whatever, as a lyrical idea, then build a song from that, or else it comes from a chord sequence or a beat. I think I prefer the ones that come from a musical side of things, and I find lyrics that would fit the melody that I've come up with and the beat. I wouldn't necessarily set out to make messages out of my songs. Perhaps sometimes when I look back, if I write a bunch of songs and play them back to back, there might be a overriding theme that I never noticed, but it certainly wouldn't be my idea when I set out to make messages out of my songs. I personally don't think it's imperative on artists to do it, or that artists should get involved in politics or feel that they have to, I don't know, get their message across. I suppose some people, artist type people, might feel that they are in a position of privilege, or at least in a position that a lot more people than usual, because of the type of job they do, would listen to them, and as a result they go off on whatever issue they're passionate about. I'm not sure art and politics should cross over like that. Again, I think if a city's being bombed, I'm not entirely sure what good writing about how bad bombing is going to be. That's, I know, a bit facetious, but like a friend of mine, he went out and and he volunteered as a kind of a human shield. So unless that was his contribution to, he was walking kids along the big wall to bring them to school through this zone, and as a Westerner, I suppose he was a little more untouchable than a local would be, and that was his contribution. So I'm not entirely sure singing about it or writing about it at the time is going to be as useful. Like what he did was very direct action, you know. Like he could have just, I don't know, pledged money to a charity or something like that, but he felt he had to do something physically himself. I suppose if you're in a position of influence or power, it can help to rally dissent. I think all art should be defenceless and open to the listener or the viewers or the reader's interpretation. I think it has often ruined songs for me when I really discover what they were written about, because it's often the most mundane thing in the world, in the artist's life, that inspired this, to me, magical song that I conjured up images about and meanings for. It's really up to the listener or the viewer or the consumer of the artistic piece to pop whatever meaning they get out of it, or none at all, and just enjoy it for what it is. And just, you know, if it's a great tune that makes you run to the dance floor, there's absolutely nothing wrong with that either. Yeah, I think crisis can be a positive for art because it gets people out of their comfort zones, I guess, in thinking and reacting to something. Because I suppose when everything's floating along nicely, there's nothing abrasive to rub up against you and make you think or feel or react, which is, I suppose, a catalyst that a lot of art would require. It's rare that fabulous art comes out of everything being absolutely hunky-dory and nice.